Hi, Max from MZ Dynamic here, and today I'm going to be teaching you what shortcodes are and how to use them. There are millions of shortcodes out there and probably a ton of shortcode plugins that you can download. Each of them have their own documentation, but today I'm going to be using shortcodes that I have created just for the purpose of the tutorial. So this website here is a very basic website that I've put together to do my tutorials. And this is the contact page right here. So I'll just click contact, and there's the page. So if we wanted to change some of this content, maybe add like a spacer here, and you don't know code, well then you can actually just go into the visual side like this and say, all right, let's add a spacer here. Now I've created a shortcode called spacer, and I've added a parameter. Well, actually, I'll get into parameters in a second. So in order to do a shortcode, you have spacer, and if you're going to have content in the middle, and the shortcode allows for it, then you'd have to put your content in the middle and then say end spacer, and that will do its own thing. But this one doesn't actually have content, so you don't need all that extra stuff. So that's the shortcode, and then you have to define some parameters. So like how high do you want the spacer to be? So let's say we set height equals, and then with two quotes, or within those two quotes, you set a number. So let's say 100 or 150 so that it's like really easy to see the change that's made. So spacer height equals 150 is going to generate some HTML code that has a height of 150 and creates a space between these contents. So as you can see, this all dropped down and there is nothing there, but there is like a box that is invisible that spaces out your content. And this makes it a little easier if you don't know how to use margins or CSS in order to style some of your items. You can just use that. The code behind it is relatively easy to understand if you know like CSS generally. But I think I'll get into that in a different tutorial, how to create shortcodes. So let's try another one. Let's say that at the top of this page I want to add like a header image, like right above the lorem ipsum here. Well, to do that, I created a shortcode specifically for that. It's called head image, and then you have to type in the source is, and the source is its own parameter. So if we go into media, and let's do this one, the people cheering. This is the URL for it, so this is the source, and that's what we want to put in within the source parameter right there. And just like that, that is the entire shortcode and parameter. Update the page, go back to the page and refresh it, and you'll see that there's a nice header image now. And it's all pre-styled, and there's other styles that can come with it. There are other parameters. Most shortcodes have their own documentation that you can look up to figure out what parameters you can actually add to it. If we do go into the code, and this is going to get a little technical, but I'm not going to like get into development of it or anything, but I'll show you how to find out what you're looking for. So this is the code to make some little shortcodes that I've created. And the best way to think of all this stuff is that you have a function that creates these shortcode variables, which are the parameters that you're going to include, and then you've got some HTML that's going to be generated if the WordPress notices that you're using the shortcode, and this is the name of the shortcode, and this is the name of the function that's called when you use that shortcode. So in the case of, let's see, where is head image. So this is the header image function, and this takes it from uploads folder, gets it going, and then you just put in the image source and whatnot. And that's the whole thing. I mean, this is the source attribute. So if we go back really quick, that's source, SRC for short. And then there's also custom class. So you could actually add your own custom class and then start doing your own CSS styles on the back end. And I try to add that to every shortcode just in case people want to do that. Another really cool plugin that you might want to download is called Custom CMS. I believe it's called, it might be just called Simple CSS, actually. Let me see. Simple Custom CSS is the name of the plugin, and it's amazing. It does exactly what you would expect it to do. You just go to Custom CSS, and you can put CSS in here to your heart's delight. So if you were going into a shortcode and you wanted to add your own custom class to it, you come right in here and do your styling. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope I've made it a little more understandable what shortcodes are and how they work within WordPress, and a little bit about how they're built and what they actually are. If you have any questions or comments, please comment below. And again, I'm Max from MZ Dynamic. Thank you for watching.